Hello. Let me scoot in a little bit here. Maybe let me put the table towards me. Okay. All right, guys. Lean back. All right. Well, another year, another disappointment. Just that's what it is. Some may call that a failure. I think it's a failure. The Yankees have managed to lose again. I mean, my level of disappointment is immeasurable, and I am very angry. Okay. So, let me give you a rundown of how I felt throughout the season. Okay? So, after we lost Juan Soto, which, mind you, look, okay, the Mets, they didn't even make it to the playoffs after spending $800 million or like $760 million on Juan Soto. They couldn't even make it to the playoffs. Missed the playoffs completely. They lost to the Reds in the playoff race. So, I mean, the Mets organization's in a completely different pool than the Yankees. The Yankees are still the big bro in New York. Just going to put that out there. So, either way, the Mets took Juan Soto from us. Okay, plan B. Well, we got Max Fried. We got Cody Bellinger. Trent Grisham had an insane year. Paul Goldschmidt, former MVP. So, I mean, we were calling Paul Goldschmidt for the beginning of the year Paulie Singles. Like, he just couldn't, you couldn't get this guy out. And Aaron Judge, of course, having another MVP year, which he should have won the MVP. He's having another MVP year. This guy, we just thought, okay, we're going to cruise back to the World Series. And mind you, the entire year, the Boone manager for the Yankees has been saying, I think this is the best team I've ever had. I think this is the best team I've ever had. This is probably the best team I've ever had. All right, cool. That's what's up. All right. So July comes, June comes, and throughout 51 games, they're 20-31. Okay. That's a bit odd. Strange. Okay. So they are 11 games under 500. They get swept 4-game series. That's never been done before, by the way. 4-game series in Rogers Center by the Blue Jays. Swept the Yankees. Never been done before. First time ever. Okay. Got swept by the Blue Jays. Got swept by the Red Sox in Fenway. Got swept by Miami, which you should have beat. Miami is one of the worst teams in all of MLB. You should have beat him. But okay. All right. We'll play your game. Okay. So then we go to the postseason. Now in the postseason, the Yankees, I mean, they've pretty much only hit the Central teams. Okay. They've got the Indians, they've got the Tigers, they got the Twins, Royals. I mean, the Central teams in this Boone era has always been the Central teams. Also, by the way, a terrible year by Anthony Volpe. Has under 200 OPS. I mean, he has 19 home runs and however many RBI. But I mean, it's useless when you can't even get on base and you can't slug and you can't do anything. And terrible defense. The era showed it. Play showed it. Although the Yankees want to gaslight you into believing, oh, but he's elite. This is an elite hitter. Elite. Okay. That's cool. Whatever. Goes to the postseason. It's against the Red Sox. Now, the Yankees tied the Blue Jays with record, but there's no Game 163 anymore. It's only tiebreaker, whoever won the most games throughout the series. So, the Blue Jays had a tiebreaker. So, now it's Red Sox, Yankees in the ALDS. Or no, I'm sorry, in the AL wildcard. So I had pretty high hopes since the Red Sox, I mean, they didn't have anyone really too crazy. I mean, their pitching was all right. They had Roman Anthony was gone, probably their best hitter. They traded away Rafael Devers. I mean, they were still a pretty good team, but they swung and missed a lot, or not a lot, but a decent amount. And they just weren't a good team. They just weren't a good team compared to the Yankees. The Yankees were better. So what happens? Well, the Yankees lose game 1 of that series. Garrett Crochet pitches a great game. So does Max Fried. But the Yankees can't pull through, and they lose game 1. Now, never in MLB history, ever since the wild card was expanded to 3 games, have a team that won the first game lost the series. It's always, if you win the first game, you pretty much won the series. It's always been sweeps, or the game goes to game 3, like you win the second game, but you lose the third game. Well, didn't happen this year. Carlos Rodon pitched a great game, and then Cam Schlittler pitched a historic game in the AL wildcard where he pitched 8 innings, 12 strikeouts, no walks. Never been done before. But this is against the wild card, and this is against a not so good Red Sox team. So I wasn't really like, I mean, it's good. Like, I'm happy for Cam. Like, what a good guy. I mean, of course, it's always he's born a Red Sox fan. He had a Red Sox gear growing up. He has photos of him as a kid in the Red Sox uniform. Now he's pitching in the Yankees uniform. It's whatever. Cool guy. But then the ALDS comes. Blue Jays. Mind you, in the season, the Yankees are 1-8 against the Blue Jays. 1-8 in Rogers Center. And they're 4-6 they're 4-2 in Yankee Stadium, so they've won 4 games, lost 2. So the Yankees are significantly better against the Blue Jays at home. Okay? Just put that into perspective. And since the Yankees, mind you, in that 20-31 game stretch, where since August 11th, they were playing good baseball, but then again, they were also playing against bad teams. Okay? But in that 20-31 stretch, if they just won one of those games, one, they would have won the division, and you would have had a bye, and you would have just had to wait for whoever won the wild card. But no, you were in the wild card. Okay, fine, I'll take it. Look, as long as whoever gets us the World Series. Mind you, Boone has been saying that this is the best team he's ever had. So, okay. Best team he's ever had. Leave that in your brain, okay? Put that in the back of your head, okay? Now, then the ALDS comes. Luis Gil has to pitch the first game. He pitches 2 1/3 inning. Not a good game. The Yankees lose. Okay, well, we lost game 1. Well, let's hope that we can win game 2 and go back to New York 1-1. Right? That's what we want. No, that's not what happens. Okay, that's not what happens. What happens is the Yankees lose game 2, 13-7. Now, mind you, the score says 13-7. It was not 13-7. Okay, I mean the Yankees just beat up on a bad Blue Jays bullpen, which is okay. I mean, you did it at least a somewhat respectable score, which isn't really that respectable. I mean, it's 7-13. Like, you're still 6 runs off on the mark. Like, that's literally a grand slam and a 3-run homer. Like, that's pretty far away, but it's whatever. Or 2-run homer, should I say? So then we're back to New York. Mind you, Judge is getting all this hate because, he's not, playoff Judge. This is playoff Judge because playoff Judge just only hits 500, by the way. Gets all the singles. Guys, let's stop blaming Judge, okay? Let's stop blaming Judge. Now, to give you some stats here. Of all time, the Yankees have won to 4 series ALDSs where they've been down 2-0. Out of those 4, they've come back to win the next 3 to win the series twice. So they've done it 50% of the time. Most recent being the 2017 Yankees when they went against the Cleveland Indians, a Central team, by the way. And they won the next 3 to win. And then went to the ALCS, and the Trastros were cheating, obviously, because that's all they know how to do. And they lost. So you have an excuse. You have an excuse with that one, because the Trastros were cheating. So then the Yankees go to New York, and mind you, Luis Gil and Carlos Rodon pitched a total of 5 innings. They were not good. Will Warren, I mean, he bailed him out, but for the most part, Yankees have not been well pitching. The starting pitching has been terrible. The Blue Jays have been all over their starting pitching. And the Blue Jays, this is what I suspected, though, because the Blue Jays, they don't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play. They foul pitches off. They take their pitches. The opposite of the Yankees. The Yankees, they don't have two strikes approach. They pretty much just always swing for the fences, and they strike out a lot. They don't work pitchers. They don't. It's pretty much they're on a pitcher or the pitcher's on them. It's not like they're grinding out a pitcher, even though, like, you can get a productive out. Like, if you get a fielder's choice and, the run scores or a sac fly. But I get it. They don't teach them that anymore. They don't teach them that. They don't teach them to bunt. They don't teach them to get sac flies. They teach them to hit the ball really hard and into the fences. Swing for the fences. That's what they teach them. Okay? So, the Yankees, they are going back to New York, and this seems like an unwinnable game already. I mean, it's 6-3, but Judge is at the plate, 2 men on, 6-3. He swings through, strike one, okay? Fastball right down the middle. Couldn't even hit it. Then he swings at a pitch inside, about 1.5 feet inside, 101 miles per hour, hits it, drives it to left field, and it bounces off of the foul pole for a home run. We have a new ball game. Then Jazz Chisholm hits a home run, then sac fly and a single by Wells, and boom, 9-6. We end the series. We end the game. Now we have ourselves a series, 2-1 Yankees. Okay, we're pulling off some Yankee magic. Mind you, the Blue Jays, they did some Blue Jaying and they dropped a couple balls. They're pretty much, their defense failed them. Okay, and so did their bullpen. So now there's 2 games in a row where the Yankees have beat up on the bullpen. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's do this. All right. I'm so excited. Now, I'm ecstatic. I was so happy that the Yankees won Game 3. I thought, like, man, they were going to lose. Now, some guy told me they're going to win Game 3, lose Game 4. Here's what Game 4 looks like before the game is even played on paper. Okay? The Blue Jays don't have a starter. It's going to be a bullpen game. And it's probably going to be Yankees win. And then they go back to Toronto with the Yankee ace, Max Fried. Now, I'm telling you, Max Fried didn't pitch that well. But you got to do what you got to do. Okay? So, mind you, it's been the Yankee pitching, starting pitching has not been good. It has been Luis Gil, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, and all 3 of them pitched terribly. Awful. So, now we have the Game 4. This is another elimination game. This is the 4th elimination game that the Yankees have played this postseason alone, since both the Red Sox games were elimination games. And now Game 3 was elimination game. Now Game 4 is going to be an elimination game. Okay? After Judge hit that magical home run, I mean, all I heard was, if the Yankees going to run here, this is going to be like one of the parts, like, oh my God. Mind you, now, Game 4 was supposed to be Yankees win. Okay? Just easy Yankees win. Easy Yankees win. Okay? So what did the Yankees do? In a bullpen game? When all they've done is beat up on the Blue Jay bullpen? Well, they lose in gut-wrenching fashion, as usual. Cam Schlittler pitches 7 innings of 2-run ball. And in the 6th inning, the ball is hit to Jazz Chisholm. He makes an error that would have been a double play. Innings extended. Now it's 4-1 Blue Jays. Okay. Well, a couple innings later, bases loaded. Austin Wells is at the plate. I mean, this is it. This is it. Mind you, Jeff Hoffman, the Blue Jay closer, this whole year has been giving up home runs, and now he's been sporadic. He can't throw strikes. He throws balls. He doesn't have any control. He doesn't have any command. So you would think, like, okay, well, he doesn't have any command. He just walked the guy in front of me. Let me take a pitch, make him throw a strike. Well, what does Wells do? Hits a ball, routine pop-up, inning over. That ends the inning. Then, Judge, mind you, Volpe has played terribly. Terribly. Striking out a lot. He picked up the defense, but he's striking out a lot. And he's overall not doing too good in the series. And so for this game, the lineup was constructed so it would be kind of like righty-lefty, 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 or lefty-righty. Because it was going to be a bullpen game, so they didn't want any lanes. Boone didn't want any lanes where there'll be like 3 lefties, so you'll bring in a lefty reliever to get them 3 out. Then he didn't want that. So it was lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. Okay. We'll play ball. So then the Yankees come up and Dominguez hits a double. Judge hits a single. Passes the baton. Now it's Cody Bellinger. And he has the chance to tie the game. So what does he do? A guy that doesn't strike out a lot against a sporadic pitcher strikes out. That's the series. Blue Jays are going to the ALCS. Again, another year in a row where the team celebrated in Yankee Stadium on their field. And mind you, Judge is the only player active from that 2017 roster that came back 2-0 against the Cleveland Indians. He's the only player active. Everyone else has been released or traded or gone, retired. So what does this say about the Yankees? Well, they lost the series. Another series loss in the playoffs. 16 years without a championship. Unacceptable. This is unacceptable by the Yankee staff, by everyone in the Yankees. Okay? And Boone, how could you say that this is the best team ever? When, if it was the best team ever, guess what? They would have won the World Series. Or at least made it there. If this was better than last year's team that went to the World Series, how is it better than last year's team if they didn't even make it to the World Series? Riddle me that. Explain that to me. I don't know. You tell me. Volpe, 1 for 15, 11 strikeouts. Overall, starting pitching, pitched 14 innings, 14 in the third innings, with a 10 ERA, with Cam Schlittler. That's with Cam's ERA. If you take out Cam's, it's a whole separate story. I mean, it's terrible. And then again, there are a lot of free agents on this team. Boone was just saying it. Bellinger is going to opt out his contract. Grisham, he's a free agent. Weaver, he's a free agent. Williams, he's a free agent. All these guys are free agents. So, don't know what you're going to do. I have no idea. Okay? I have no clue what's going to happen. I have no idea. Okay? To be honest, Williams can go. Weaver, I don't know. He's been pretty bad. Bellinger, I want to keep Bellinger. Grisham can go. Put Dominguez out there. Dominguez needs some play time. Over the Yankees season, I still have no idea what Dominguez is. Who is Dominguez as a player? I don't know. I know what he's not. A good fielder. That's what he's not. But I don't know how he is as a player. I don't. So I have no idea what's going to happen with this Yankees roster. And I was listening to A-Rod talk on BT and Sal. And he was saying that when he was playing, it was consistent. There was a consistent group of players that he played with, and they kind of got together and synergized together, and they had a lot of years to get acquainted with each other so they could win all those World Series that they did. Now, A-Rod wasn't around for the 90s, but he won that 09 World Series, and he was forgiven, always forgiven. But you got to understand, okay? When A-Rod played, it was a different time. It was a different time. It just was. And, the Yankee philosophy, it just can't keep going like this. It can't. There's something missing. Because when you say to me that the playoffs are a crapshoot, okay. How is that a crapshoot for the Astros? How is that a crapshoot for the Dodgers? Dodgers might repeat. Who knows? I keep moving my little tripod stand thing. I'm that angry. Who knows? I don't know. But the Dodgers are favorited to win the World Series, and they won last year. So I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea. What's wrong with the Yankees? It's missing something. It's missing something. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they're too reliant. They're too reliant on the analytics. They have too many analytics. That's what's problem. They need to go back to hitting singles, get them on, get them over. They don't teach them that anymore. They don't. They teach them launch angles, exit velocity. That's what they teach. I just heard something else. I don't know what I heard. I'm hearing things. I don't know. I don't know how the Yankees do it. I don't know how they win. Now I'm concerned because I heard something. Could be the Yankees. Who knows? Let me see. I'm still recording. I am. Okay. They don't teach them how to bunt. They don't teach him singles, anything. Look at Volpe. Volpe is a line drive hitter. Everyone I've heard talk about Volpe, that he's struggling this season. All he needs to do is hit some line drives. He'd be a great hitter. He'd be a great hitter. Just hit some line drives. That's not what he does. That's not what he does. You know who does, though? The Brewers. The Blue Jays. That's who does it. Okay. But guess what? They're too reliant on analytics. Well, guess what? So are the Dodgers. And Dodgers won. Dodgers won by putting the ball in play and letting the Yankees do the Yankees, okay? You let the Dodgers embarrass you in Yankee Stadium. Embarrass you. Celebrate on your own field. Won the World Series in your own field. How could you? How could you get embarrassed by the Dodgers? And then ridicule you all the way through after the World Series, saying, "Oh, the Yankees suck. We were gonna win. It doesn't matter." Who cares? Who cares? Guess who? The Yankees were as good as the Dodgers last year. They were, because guess what? They were one of the last two teams standing. Okay, but it's whatever. Okay, the Dodgers, they're bad sports. They're not good sports. It's whatever. Out of everything that I give so much flack to Boone. I got to give him this. Okay, he was very respectful towards the Blue Jays, and I can't get mad at that. He was very respectful. Said good for them. They had a good year. We need to be better. Judge, I feel so bad for him. I really do. He's gonna turn 34 without a championship. He has to feel it on him now. I mean, Stanton has 2 more years left on his contract. I mean, it's getting there. There's no core for the Yankees. There's not. That's what I'm saying. There's no core for the Yankees. Like, every year is a new third baseman. Every couple of years is a new second baseman. Every couple of years is a new left fielder. And I get it. That's baseball. That's how roster is constructed, okay? It's not going to be the same people every year. I get it. There's not going to be you're rarely going to have the core for. Rarely. But you need to have a really good core. You can't just have a good 1 through 6 lineup and then pray to God that someone gets hot in the bottom of the lineup. You can't do that. You can't. And a lot of people are saying you should be happy that the Yankees made it to the playoffs, okay? Well, some teams they don't have the luxury of rooting for the playoffs because okay, does that concern me? Am I a Mets fan? Am I a Cardinals fan? Am I a Rockies fan? Why is that? No. I'm a Yankees fan. Look at the shirt, Yankees. I'm a Yankees fan, and I expect to win a championship. No championships in 16 years. I have been alive for 18 years. I was 2 years old when the Yankees won their championship. 2. I don't remember that. I was 18. I was 18. I was 2. I remember the Giants championship more fondly than the Yankees. Oh my God. And people, they want to say, gotta hit the ball. Gotta put the ball in play. Let me tell you something. They don't do that anymore. Home run is king. Home run is king. They don't do that anymore. They don't. The Yankees hit home runs. And guess who else hits home runs? The Dodgers. And the Dodgers won. And the Dodgers might win it again. Who knows? Who knows? I hope they don't. I hate them. But who knows? The Blue Jays, they don't strike out a lot. They foul off pitches. Who knows? They could go to the World Series. The Blue Jays celebrated on your own field. Your own field. Another year, another failure. Guys, got a new setup though. Hope you guys enjoyed the setup. It's a new scenery. I'm loving the setup. I'm loving it. But guys, there was something severely wrong with the New York Yankees. Severely. I don't know what it is. But they better figure it out because there's something missing. There's something missing. People say Hal doesn't want to spend money. He spends $320 million. That's third most in the major leagues. That should be enough to win a championship. The Mets spend more than the Yankees. They missed the playoffs. So money isn't everything. What is it? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's something. I don't even think it's the players that they're getting. I think it has to do something with the coaching or something. I don't know. CC Sabathia, when asked when the Blue Jays fouled off a lot of pitches, how do you get around that? You pitch to contact. You make them hit ground balls. Make the defense work. Okay, well, Yankees, and just like most other teams, the pitchers are taught to strike out. That's all they do. They don't pitch to contact anymore. Freed is a rare breed. That rhymed. They put that on the shirt. The rare breed, Freed. Gives up 6 home runs in the playoffs. Rare breed. Volpe, I don't know what you do with him. I don't. Next year, look, might want to start shopping for a new shortstop. I don't know. And you could have had a really good base. Bryce Harper could have been a first baseman at Yankee Stadium. That would have been your first baseman. Glaber could have been your second baseman. Judge your right fielder. Volpe, if he was good, your shortstop. I mean, guys, what do you do with this team? I don't know. The Yankees, they have struggled all year round. And don't give me any of that. Oh, they ended off the year strong. They were playing against bad teams. They were. If this was the best constructed roster you've ever had, Boone, they lost. Can't be. That's just a fact. How could it be a better roster and not make it to the World Series? When last year's roster was worse and they made it to the World Series. A lot of people are saying, hey, look, you made it to the World Series with a first baseman that's no longer in the league, a left fielder that's no longer in the league. Okay, I'll give you that. With Anthony Volpe. Okay. I'll give you that. But they went against 2 Central teams. They went against the Guardians and they went against the Royals. Oh, no, not the Royals. Oh, yeah, the Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians and the Royals, yeah. Yeah, so, guys, I don't know what it is. I really don't. I have no idea what the problem is. I have no clue what it is. There's something severely wrong with the Yankees, though. It's because you fall short every year. It's same song and dance every year. And if Yankees would have won just one more game of the season, you would have had a bye and you would have never even had to play the wild card against the Red Sox. You would have never had to play them. I mean, it's historic that you won the next 2 to win the series in the 3-game series. Best of 3, but it should have never been that. You should have won the series. $320 million. That's a division-winning team that you should have constructed. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Cashman. I don't know if it's Hal. I don't know if it's Boone. I don't think it's Boone. I don't think it's Hal. I really do think it's Cashman. Because he's the one who gets the players. I think it is. I don't know what you do. I really don't. Another year, another failure. Another failure. Awful performance by the Yankees. Awful. You should have won that series. Blue Jays on paper are worse than you. But the games aren't played on paper, are they? They're played on the field. And on the field, Blue Jays were better. They just were. So, guys, Yankees are over. Yankees are done. See you guys in the next one. I'm the Yankees nerd. I might do some other content. But for the most part, it's done. Yankees season? Yankees ever? See you guys in the next one.